Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J, live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all, everybody, for rocking with us as we continue on the show, moving towards the end, moving towards our rants, moving towards our closings. And we got so many great things of people, great things to share with the people in the room that everybody's doing. A couple of quick things that I want to get to. Kind of housekeeping things. 804-402-2893. I normally don't keep the phones open during the rants and closings, but I'll do that for tonight. Piece of history. You had something that happened in 1959. He was a young black dude. He was a songwriter. He founded his company with a loan of $800 from his family and his friends, marking the birth of a record company in the city of Detroit, the Motor City, and a tribute to what he felt was the down-home quality of the warm, soulful people he grew up. He used town in place of city, motor, city, motor, town, Motown. It gave us great music. It gave us great personalities. But most importantly, it gave us a blueprint. It gave us the blueprint of a visionary, a person who saw far more than what was right in front of him. And he enlisted great people to work with. This was a man who never made it about himself. This man named Berry Gordy had a vision of his crew, his family, his people working together, group economics, working together, building together for a common cause. Motown was founded in January of 1959, and I thought that with us coming towards the end of this year, with us at Legacy Internet Radio, looking towards 2017 being a banner year, I thought that we can draw inspiration from our brother Barry and the family of Motown, and we can see how one man who enlisted his crew and his crew grew way beyond him, it was never about him, to do the great things. And now we look at from 1959 to 1985, which is known as the golden years of Motown, being the most classic era of music that anybody can imagine. And many of those names and many of those people have gone on to be Hall of Famers. I know we don't use that word in music, but Hall of Famers in their own right, basically off of the idea of this one person who put the crew ahead of himself. And so I want to say peace to the folks at Motown and peace to our brother Berry Gordy, who is the inspiration for Motown. That is the history moment for the month, or for the show, for the week. I want to move into the missing child. This time of the show, we always profile a missing and or exploited child. This week's no different. We're looking for Ayana Ancom. She is a 15-year-old black female. She stands 5 foot. She weighs 150 pounds. She's been missing since December 9th, 2016 from Newport News, Virginia. She's 15 years old, last seen on December 9th wearing blue jeans with black on them and white slides. She has a scar across her nose. If you've seen Ayana Ancom, please contact the National Center for Missing and or Exploited Children on their website, missingkids.com, or contact them at 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. All right. At this time of the show, it's time for everybody to have an opportunity to get into their rants and get into their closings. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the mic around the room. I'm going to start with my sister Neek, sitting to my left front, and we're going to just kind of work the room. So Neek, you, my sister, are up first. Time for your rant, time for your closing. What you got?
Oh, well, I don't have any rants, but I just wanted to wish my grandbaby a happy birthday. He turned 1 yesterday. This was the child that came at 32 weeks.
3 pounds 9 ounces. He is now a year old and a whopping 29 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, brother ain't playing. So I am a doting grandma, and I'm loving it, loving every minute of it. And we had a ball this weekend with him. So, he's not walking yet, but he's talking much trash. So, yeah, chip off the old block. So everybody have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you, thank you.
You got it. Ain't no hashtag Marcus J. Rants and closings for my man, Big Bro Joe. What you got, man?
Well, I don't have much to say tonight. I found myself yesterday sitting next to you, for our 141st anniversary for our Masonic family. And
141 years, brother.
141 years. Yep.
Yes, sir.
So, one of the things that we read yesterday was that we need to make sure that we understand that it's not over. The problems that we're seeing here today go in cycles. And just like there's bad, in order to get through the adversity of things, you can't appreciate the good unless you have the bad. So all we had to do is just wait it on out, folks. I'm not about to jump off a curb, let alone jump off a building. So my plight hasn't changed really one way or the other. I'm going to smile and make it through, and I'm going to be just as grumpy as you, LB.
Appreciate you, big bro. Our sister Jane, it's time for you to close it out with your rant and your closing. What you got, sis?
I'm just going to push my little bookshop. I have a new bookshop that opened December 1st. It's called Lula Bell Bookshop. It's at 6913 Lakeside Avenue in Lakeside. I can see Lewis Ginter Botanical Gardens from my shop, so that's how close I am to it. I'm open every day except Monday. We have spiritual books, we have candles, we have incense, we have essential oils, we have kites for kids, we have wind chimes, we have, what am I working? Oh, artwork. We have artwork, we have crafts, we have, I'm running out of things. There's so much. And I have stones and crystals, amazing stones and crystals. Anything from ocean jasper to huge amethyst clusters to tiger eye pyramids. Some beautiful stuff. It's a great, positive place that you can bring your Crown Royal and drink it there too if you want.
Talking about, Jane, the spirits.
But just don't drink and drive, so you'll have to sleep on my massage table to recover. But not only do we have a bookshop, we have a back room where we do classes, and I'm a Reiki master, and I do Reiki healing on my massage table, which is also a recovering area for people who drink.
She has a place just for you.
And we have some great classes coming up in the next week.
Kind of feel like that was about me.
And the next week, tomorrow night, I have a moon phase class from 7 to 8. It is a full moon tomorrow night. And then Saturday night, I have a special event. Our own Lucia Williams, who comes
Shout out to Lucia,
is going to lead a wonderful group session for a past life regression. So if you've ever wanted to do this, this is a great time to do it. It's only $30, $40 the day of, but it's an amazing journey through your subconscious memories that will bring you all kinds of knowledge and gifts that you can. It's very relaxing. You feel like you've slept for about 8 hours after you do it too. It's about a 45-minute under the whole in the session, but it's going to be amazing. I'm almost halfway sold out, so if you want to come, I only have room for 20. So let me know. You can call my shop 804-624-9473 or email me at the Lula Bell Shop with 2 P's and an E at Gmail. And my website is Lula Bell. Finally got it up. Lula Bell Shop. Is Lula Bell with an E and shop with just 1P.com. Everything's on there. Please come by. It's a lot of fun. We hang out, we drink tea, we eat cookies. We just have a blast. So thank you, Marcus, so much.
Absolutely. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. This brother got something to say. Tavon, what you got, man?
It's not as much as a rant as it is a call to arms for our it's that time of the year, holiday season, where everyone's geared up for the Christmas. What am I getting for Christmas, or what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I ask you to those that have been blessed with the opportunity to provide for your family. Think of those families that don't have a Christmas, that don't have a Christmas tree, that don't have toys for their kids, that don't have food for their kids. Your local church, your neighborhood church, your neighborhood Goodwill, places where you can reach out to your community. And a small thing is a small donation, $5, $1, whatever you may have, something extra. Drop it off, for those kids, because it's a sad sight to see a kid wake up on Christmas Day and not have a present, and for that kid to not have a meal to eat. That's the reality of the world that we live in today. And I ask you to think of someone other than yourself, because this time of the year, is when we're in the gift. We're in the mood of giving. So why not give to your fellow man? Why not share with your community? And I'm not just talking about it because I'm about it. Me and my brother, 3375, we're coming out with something real soon. We're not gonna talk about it right now, but it's something for our kids, something for the future. Because when we leave here, that's what it's all about. That's our legacy. We don't just talk about it, we're about it. And I just ask you to bless someone else that's less fortunate than you, that doesn't have what you have, that just the smallest, you'd be surprised, the smallest thing can put a smile on the kid's face, and it'll make their day. And I love you all. Thank you for listening. And you can check me out Saturdays, 2:30 to 4:30. I got something to say. It's a show for everybody. Call in. We can have discussions on whatever the topic may be for that day. No one's wrong, no one's right, but it's your opinion and you're entitled to it.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Our sister and clairvoyant medium, Shayna Latia. Time for your closing. Which? Give it that mic.
Okay.
Something's up with this one.
Thank you, Marcus, for having me. Thank you for everybody who came. Thank you so much, Jane, for the lavender and the Shake It Off. I really appreciated that. I needed that. Thank you for the stone. I'm going to make a ring out of it. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. And I just see all the growth you're doing over there. It's so amazing. You are amazing spirit, being of light, and you keep beaming on, girl. I see you. Next week is the Lightworker segment, and I am so blessed to have two special guests. Next week I'm having Shay Martin, and she is a numerologist, and she's going to come enlighten us with some numbers and tell us about what she do and how she does it, because she has a special way of doing her thing, as if we all have our own special ways. I'm very excited to see her and what she does. And I'm also having my friend Nicole, who is an astrologist and an animal communicator, come on and talk about what she does. And we're going to take calls as usual. You can call in about astrology, numerology. If you want a psychic reading, I'll be there to read. I'm not really reading too much these days. I'm kind of focused on yoga, but I am always dedicated to this show, because Marcus is my friend and I love him very much. My brother Lucia, his show airs on Thursday nights, and it's called To the Light with Lucia. It airs at 7:30, between 7:30 and 8:30 on Comcast Channel 95 or Verizon 36. If you have any psychic questions or anything, this man is amazing. He's my brother. I love him very much. Shout out to Ashley Williams. She's my sister. I love her, my angel card reader. Whenever I need her, she's always there for me for whatever. I love her. Wendy, Laurel, everybody out there in the psychic community. Shout out to all of y'all. I love y'all. Shout out to all my yoga teachers. I love each and every one of y'all. Shout out to you, Marcus. I love you.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. And what I love you right on back. It's time for my brother, Mr. 3375. He looked like he real thirsty over there.
Yeah.
So I think
buddy.
he might need to start sipping on some pimp juice. What you got, brother?
Yo, I'm excited about 2017 for Legacy Internet Radio. I know we discussed, we ain't gonna let it out the bag now that, you signed some stuff for 6 weeks going into next year. I'm definitely excited about that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got a little something that we're doing.
Yeah.
Legacy Internet Radio TV is coming. So, I let the cat out the bag, but we're not going to talk about it anymore. We're just going to tease that. Legacy Internet Radio TV is coming.
Yeah. I'm definitely excited about that because we really going to show independence is the key to building your legacy. And with that being said, additional to, the TV, I'm starting my interview blog again.
Word.
And it's going to be, the Lounge of Legacy.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? The Lounge of Legacy. So we're taking this to the blog, we're taking this to TV, and 2017 is probably going to be the biggest year of Legacy Internet Radio. And I'm just going to tease my first interview, a young lady that I've met about a year ago. She's a survivor of domestic violence, and I'm just going to leave it right there. We had a real good discussion, and y'all be on the lookout for that.
Half stepping with Marcus J. live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. We've done pretty much all we can do tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and close it out with my rant and my closing. I think a lot of times people get riled up. People get riled up around folks who we don't agree with or we don't support. But we also have to have facts when we dealing with certain situations. We talk about Donald J. Trump earlier and some of the opposition that he's getting from some of us. And you had a lot of folks who like to put President Barack Hussein Obama's opposition that he received in 2008 and 2012, and they're saying that it's equal. Let's make no mistake about the equal discourse that we've seen between Donald J. Trump and Barack Hussein Obama. The biggest deal with President Obama was that folks said that he was a Muslim, as if that was a bad thing. But they also condemned him for being a member of Reverend Wright's Christian church. So which one is it, y'all? And it's asinine that we even have to have that conversation. And I'm bringing it up because I've had to have it recently. They also wanted him to fail and be a one-term president. Now, if you're on an airplane and you don't like the pilot, you are not going to root for the pilot to fail, because if the pilot fails, then you all gonna freaking die. Okay? Let's not be stupid here. Gotta really be honest and ask the honest, serious question. What is it about President Barack Hussein Obama that has his opponents so upset? Now, most folks know, but they aren't open about discussing it. And I'm still waiting for folks to give me an honest, real issue with him as a man. You look at him and you look at his family, and if you got an issue with this man and his family, it says more about you than it says about him. Disagree with him politically? I respect that. I disagree with him politically on some stuff. The personal stuff, what's the real deal? Seriously, what's the real deal? Now, as far as President-elect Donald Trump, he's given us nearly 40 years of behavior to analyze. Unfortunately, those who voted for him ignored it and were stuck with him. Now, I've chosen to respect him in the office and his position because that's what I do. But I think we are even more naive knowing what we've always known about him to think that there wasn't at least some awareness at the least, and at the most, some kind of complicity with this hack that has gone on with the Russians. We can wait and see what happens, but he's already reversed course on his campaign promises based purely on what he has said. If I voted for him and I chanted lock her up, lock her up, lock her up, and I saw him call her a good person after a year of calling her crooked Hillary, I would be pissed, disillusioned, and distrustful of this man. What makes anyone think that he's going to do what he said he's going to do when he's already broken his biggest promises? I can go on and on about this dude, about how I got issues with him. Half the country just put us in peril by electing him number 45. That is the Murr. Marcus's unrelated rant that ain't got nothing to do with what we here talking about tonight. It's the end of the show. Want to remind everybody, independence is the key to building your legacy. Also want to say peace to all the stars and all of the squares. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Those are the words of Bob Marley, who you hear singing in the background. We will rerun the show in its entirety just as soon as I can get it uploaded. Next week, we'll be back right here, live from the den. Peace, y'all.